There's a ton of videos out there telling Christians what to do and what not to do when dating. And while there's great value in some of those videos, that's not what I'm striving to make. Instead, I want to bring up some topics that Christian men may want to remember when trying to find a wife. But you would be a complete fool, and I mean a fool, a buffoon, to follow everything that I say. So please just watch the video in its entirety. Try to see what aligns with the scriptures and make your conclusion. But make sure to like, comment, and subscribe before doing so. Alright, first off, remember the flaws of every person regardless of our religion. So Romans 3:23 says, "For all have sinned and fallen short of the glory of God." No one is exempt. So do not try to find someone who's perfect. Alright, there's no one out there that's gonna be perfect. Everyone has their own issues, their own flaws, and things that they need to work on. Instead, look for somebody who's trying to become better. You know what the fine line is to where it's like, okay, this isn't even a Christian, or this isn't someone I could see myself with, you know? So you make that online for yourself, and like I said, align it with the scriptures. But my thing is, girls are always gonna be complicated, bro. Like, don't ever think that you not gonna be in a complicated relationship, or girls, like, come on, bro, don't fool yourself. Like, there was this one girl who I wasn't even trying to talk to. I met her from a friend. We were talking. I figured out, you know, she cool peoples, or I even saw her in her bio, it said #Paul Route. You know, if you know Paul, the Apostle Paul, he was big on advocating for like celibacy. So obviously she meant that she was gonna be celibate. Like a few days later, my friend told me that she had went on one date and was already dating the dude. So I'm like, what? I'm not trying to judge, but I'm like, what route? Like, that was a moment, you know what I'm saying? That was a season. And like I said, I'm not trying to judge. I'm more so just trying to give an example on why people can be complicated regardless of our religion. I'm not saying that she did wrong. She didn't do nothing wrong, but it was just like, people don't always know what they want. Don't hold anybody to be Christ. Instead, hold someone to becoming Christ-like. Second off, remember that compatibility is still important. Genesis 2:24 says, "That is why a man leaves his father and mother and is united to his wife, and they become one flesh." All right, so that oneness is important. But how can you become one with somebody that you have no chemistry with? You gotta first think about that, bro. Like, don't think, oh, I'm about to just find it. It's a lot of things that play into it. Just because she Christian does not mean that y'all are gonna click, bro. It's gonna be times where you're gonna find a Christian girl, y'all don't click. It's cool. Let it play out. Now, in my opinion, looks do still apply. If you think that looks don't apply just because you guys both have the same religion and that's how you should find compatibility and it should be spiritual compatibility, bro, come on. Let's still be realistic. You still need to find each other attractive. But should it be the deciding factor? No, of course not. Proverbs 31:30 says, "Charm is deceptive and beauty is fleeting." So it's not going to be there forever, man. You know, that's the prelude to the relationship. That's a part of compatibility. Second is spiritual maturity. How does your spiritual maturity line up with hers? All right, should you guys be on the same level? Should you guys pray the same amount a day? You know, things like that. And lastly, remember that you must prepare yourself first. Romans 12:2 says, "Do not conform to the pattern of the world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. Then you will be able to test and approve what God's will is, his good, pleasing, and perfect will." So you see, discernment only comes after the renewing of your mind. So first you have to get your mind right. Make sure you know where you can improve to be ready. Socially, you know, how do you interact with people? Emotionally, do you get angry easily? Do you have self-control? Things like that. And I'm gonna be real, financially, you have to be ready to take care of, you know, somebody else. So financial does play a role into it. A part of renewing your mind is assessing your relationship with Christ, figuring out, are you where you need to be for your partner? There's no issue with, you know, continuing to meet people, but just figure out where you are. You know what I'm saying? Don't play yourself and think, oh, I'm ready for a relationship, you know, and then you get into it and you're like, bro, I shouldn't have done this. I shouldn't have committed. Like, yo, you should have knew that already. Like, that was easy to tell if you would have just, you know, paid attention. So don't skip questions on the test, bro. That comes with prayer. You know, just keep praying for you, keep praying for your future wife. On your own, you're not going to be able to do it. You have to call on Christ. You have to call on your Redeemer. Make sure that your relationship with him is good first. So yeah, that's enough of yapping. I hope these 3 points have been helpful, and if you have any additional suggestions, feel free to keep the discussion going in the comments below, or if you want me to make a part 2 to this, I can. I thank you all for watching, and hopefully I'll see you in the next video.